To learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Network Partners in Lincoln reminds us throughout the history of our country, our armed forces have risked their lives to protect our freedom. They and their families have sacrificed so we can live in peace, and not just us, but our children and grandchildren as well. Let's thank our troops and veterans and keep them in our prayers. May our troops be safe and may God bless America. This from Network Partners in Lincoln. We live in the land of the free, thanks to the brave.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
Dell and Ed present A Kernel of Truth.
That's Ed's new drone. Why do a couple of Nebraska corn farmers need a drone? 2 words: multispectral imaging. Drones help us farm more efficiently and protect planet Earth. Yep, Ed's a pretty good pilot. When he doesn't hit the broadside of a barn, that is. Nebraska corn. It's the plant that can change the planet.
Visit nebraskacorn.gov to learn more.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for 3! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome in. Happy Friday. This is On the Block on 93.7 The Ticket as well as theticketfm.com. I'm Austin Orman, joined today not by Eric Strickland, joined by boss man DP. Welcome into On the Block, DP.
Oh, good to be here. Good to be here.
It's good to have you. I want to thank NEBCO for sponsoring the show. NEBCO and Constructors hiring for all positions with immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Join the Constructors crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company that dates back to 1908. Laborers start at $23 and up based on experience. Visit nebcoinc.com or constructorslincoln.com to learn more. DP, we should probably tell people the reason that you're here and that Strick isn't here. The Jay's not here. The Jay Sorensen was busy this morning as well. They're with our friends of the Junior Achievement, right? Helping with their fundraiser, with that golf outing. We really appreciate our friends at JA. And I don't know if you heard Nick's update. They're 15 under through 15 holes.
I'm curious how honest that is.
I mean, I tend to believe those gentlemen, typically. Are you saying as in you think they're over par, or you think that they're just less under par?
I think that they are celebrating and that only birdies matter. Only birdies and eagles matter. We don't even speak the word par in that type. Like, no. No. So they're 15 under 15 and 15 under at 12. Like, what was the number, right?
Yeah.
Like they're accumulating birdies and eagles. So good for them.
Good for them indeed. We will try to get a full report from them at some point about their day. But also just outside the studio, we can see it here. DP, we have Miss Dolly Parton in the studio. Why is Dolly Parton in Lincoln, Nebraska?
Yeah, so there's a partnership between our friends at Link to Literacy and what they're doing and trying to get free books into the hands of young people. And under this particular umbrella, it is an opportunity for young people under the age of from 5 and under to get free books each month under the Dolly Parton Literacy Library. And they've partnered, and so there's a stand-up of Dolly that's traveling around, and the hashtag is Where's Dolly? That in Lincoln, Dolly is currently hanging out at the ticket and at the mill, and just a chance for people to come take a picture with Dolly, the Dolly cutout. And then there's a QR code that you can scan that will enable you to enroll your young people in the free books program. And then on the website, linktoliteracy.com, there's several other projects that are in play that for young people to get books, especially in Lancaster County, the surrounding areas, Link to Literacy is the path to do so. So if you've got young people that are off school and you want books from the Read New Books, this is a really cool way to do it.
I know you offered up some Mill gift cards for the first 20 people that got down here. I still have a few left over. I got some 10s left over. So if you come down, parents, bring your kids, right? Take a picture with Dolly, post it, let us see it. And I got Mill gift cards to hand to you. I will tell you that I come from a long lineage, a rich history of readers and educators, specifically English teachers in a lot of branches of my family. There's no doubt that the best way to set your kids up for success, books in their hands. I got a kid who just turned 8 months old yesterday, right? We try to make it a point to read. So I can tell you that when I take my picture and post it, sure, you'll get one of me, but I've also been scrolling through my phone all day trying to find pictures of my kid reading because I know people want to see him a lot more than they want to see me. But also, I can tell you, I'm going to hit that QR code, right? We're always looking for more books, more ways that we can read to him, more stories to tell him, because here's the thing that I always go back to about books, DP, is that they're always there. They're dependable. You don't need an internet connection or anything. But we talk about the good in the world. We talk about the bad in the world. But I just go back to a C.S. Lewis quote. Since it's so likely that children will meet cruel enemies, let them at least have heard of brave knights and heroic courage. Otherwise, you are making their destiny not brighter, but darker. Like that resonates with me on a lot of levels. And, I just got back from a funeral today. There's a lot of dark in the world. Books bring light. I'm a big books guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of why I got into the writing thing myself, to be able to tell the stories of the heroes in my life. And it wasn't always about the negative thing. Yeah, there's friction, but there's lessons in the friction and how you get through it. And books allow people to problem solve, to imagine the people behind the words. Sometimes they can imagine the voice and try to draw that in their head, and it leads to being creative. And it's a wonderful thing. So yeah, through all of our partners, and again, with Junior Achievement being in buildings and out raising funds to help people understand how to handle money, if you get it, like how to get it, but what to do if you get it, and to have those conversations about those things, having Link to Literacy there to have the conversations about the books, the people in the books. Well, why did they do that? Where is this place? I mean, I know that my geographical curiosity came from books. And it does a thing, which means you then have to go and pursue those places that they've talked about in those books and have some understanding of, well, wait a minute, they're talking about the mountains, and you may not be from a place of mountains, to be around lakes and rivers and oceans. So it's always important to allow that curiosity, that natural curiosity, to take place. And that's what Linked to Literacy is helping with.
Do you have a favorite book of all time, a favorite series of all time? How's that laying for you?
My favorite book is simple because it's also my favorite movie. But To Kill a Mockingbird was the first book that led me to be curious about people from other places. And you talk about you're going to run into villains, but it's good to have heroes. And it's good to know that the Atticus Finches of the world exist. So much so that people wrote about them, to write about them, and to be curious about writers and what must they have gone through. We're talking to Jerry Dobos, who's an artist here, and we did a show last week about art from the inside, and the arts. Look, it's a huge part of what the human experience is about. To be able to take an accumulation of real life situations and circumstances, write them up for other people to know that these people existed and these ideas exist, and then to create an art form in a movie that has withstood the hours of time, to go, wow, this is a story that needs to be told. It needs to be drawn up. Atticus Finch didn't look like Gregory Peck, but that's how I see it. Scout was close to what the author actually was as a child.
Harper Lee.
Yeah, I mean, to go through and to be able to do that. So that one was having heroes use the legal system for good, because in my early lifetime, the legal system wasn't always considered fair or justice. So to have people that stood up for the right thing was important to me, and that's led me. I've held on to that since. So yeah.
Did you know To Kill a Mockingbird is at the Lead Center in a few days?
Yes. With Richard Thomas from the Waltons. As Atticus Finch, and Becky and I saw a version of this in New York with Tom Selleck. Maybe?
Hello,
as Atticus Finch. I forget who it was, but it was pretty. Like when we go to New York, Broadway's on the list, and okay, you give me that, I'm in. I'm trying to think of who it was, but it wasn't Tom Selleck. As I think about it,
what plays have you seen on Broadway?
Oh,
like the best of the best.
Well, we saw Hamilton early stage, which was
nice.
Just amazing. We saw, oh my goodness, one of my favorites was The Book of Mormon on Broadway.
Did it land like it did in Utah?
It landed better than it did in Utah, because Utah saw way too much of itself to really enjoy it the way sometimes you take a picture and other people are like, nah, that's who you are. I hate to tell, that's really how you look, bro. Like, no filter. This is, we've seen some really, to see Nathan Lane on Broadway, to see Hugh Jackman on in a small theater, mind you, was spectacular, and ran into him immediately afterwards, just standing in the lobby, and he was going to the bathroom. And it's like, oh, Wolverine, hey man, you were fantastic. Yeah. Dry hands, cool. Yeah. And then we went across the street, and his co-star was going to the same restaurant post act than we were. Yeah, Hamilton was probably the best. Book of Mormon right up there. What's the Saturday Night Live guy who Oh, it's like, oh yeah, or say,
oh,
it was really good though. Just two of them on a stage, portraying old men in a park, and not Bill Hader. Big stand-up now. As a matter of fact, he just released a stand-up.
Oh, Mulvaney?
Mulvaney. So Mulvaney and his buddy play two old men sitting in a park just commentating on everything.
Statler and Waldorf make it Central Park.
Just hilarious. Just fantastic. Like, I mean, there's been so many of them, just really good ones that it's just a part of going and seeing it. I highly recommend it. And so we support the Lead Center to go any chance we get. That's on my list. I'm debating doing that or going to Omaha and seeing Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind and Fire on Sunday.
Oh,
I don't know, because I don't ever want to be the person that gets to do everything he wants to do. Like that's a dangerous space to be in.
Sure.
Because then it's okay. What's next?
Yeah. And sometimes you run out of next for a little bit.
It is really a thing, right? Just to go, I don't want to do that. Oh, hello. Yes, Doug. Oh, hello. Fantastic. Yes. Jeff Daniels. Yes.
Okay.
Jeff Daniels, Jeremy, well done. It was Jeff Daniels. Yeah, pretty. I mean, it's just going, like, we'll go. Our usual trip to New York is we'll go see the Knicks play whoever they're going to play, usually the Boston Celtics on Christmas Day, because that's the first game of the day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the Wizards. Sometimes you get a bet. Like this year was Milwaukee. So you got to see that. The day after Christmas at Madison Square Garden, and literally we're blocks away from Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
So the day after that is WWE, and they usually have like a dark show that's always fantastic because it just is. It's New York. It's Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
We'll go to several plays. We'll go to Broadway, like 3 plays on Broadway. We do the cornball thing. We get in a horse and carriage and we ride through Central Park. You go look at all the windows. We've been fortunate enough. We caught Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
Which is bucket list.
Billy Joel is one thing. MSG is one thing. Billy Joel at MSG sounds like a third thing.
Bucket list, top level, top notch, top 5 concert of all time. Somebody asked me about my top 5 concerts, and that is a rabbit hole of all rabbit holes. But that certainly is on the list because it's Billy. It's Billy in Madison Square Garden, Bon Jovi at the Meadowlands.
Sure.
Where you just go, okay.
In their element.
A little bit different. A little bit different. So, yeah, it's always from an art standpoint. That's like I'm a big fan of, Becky's more Broadway than I am, but I found my
You're still
lane.
a man of culture.
Yeah, well,
to your own degree.
I'd like to think I'm a Renaissance man.
Well, that's just the thing, right? We have a text here from 3829 that says, books, we use those for kindling down here. Which, okay, maybe you're trying to be funny, maybe it's a joke, but there's something to be said for being well-rounded. Like, I'm the sports guy, right? That's my reputation, but I was the band kid. I was the one who, had the high ACT score in my class, right? You got to know stuff. You be curious, learn to read, learn science, learn math. There's so much cool stuff out there beyond sports, which is maybe my first love, but there's so much interesting stuff going on outside the world of sports.
My first love was, in fact, Washington Redskins football and Washington sports. So it was the Redskins and the Senators, 2 real processes that don't really exist, and the Baltimore Bullets. So, hey.
0 for 3.
Yeah, like,
1, 2,
no,
3 strikes.
none of them really exist anymore, but they're the foundation for me wanting to get in broadcast because I used to call their games in front of my house, right? I would just call the games. But then the next thing was I was bused to an all-white school as part of the Alpha busing project. And the whole principal thing was, one, it's the Jackie Robinson thing. You're going to have to be better than everybody else just to get equal. And then the other side is that you're going to have to break down these thoughts that people have, these preconceived ideas these prejudgments of who people think you are because they don't know anybody that looks like you, or talks like you. So I had to change, and literally I had to speak in a different way. And so it was, well, wow, you're very articulate. Well, okay. Okay. You're saying a thing without saying the thing. Mm-hmm. Cool. Got it. But then I wanted to, as music became a part of it, they wanted me to play drums. And everything in that was like, hey, bro, like, you don't get to do that to me.
It's weird that I see you as like a smooth saxophone kind of guy.
What if I told you I was a concert celloist? I was a concert bassist.
I can talk myself into that vision.
So imagine being a black kid. I was 9 years old, getting on a bus in a black neighborhood with a concert cello, a big 6-foot concert cello. And imagine the heat that I took for being that kid. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, look at you. You fancy. I'm fancy, bro. I'm just trying to learn how to play an instrument. Like, come on. Like,
it's good for you. You should try it too.
Like, dang. Let it go. But concert bass and concert cello, I was on the county team. I was on the county unit that when they performed, they chose me. And it was like, okay. And yeah, there was a little bit of, hey, look at our black kid. Look at our black kid playing concert cello. But I actually loved it. And then I did that all the way through to high school. When I got to high school, then I wanted to play guitar. But in school, you have to learn how to play classic guitar.
Yeah.
Which I was wonderful with. And then to play that exceptionally well, you had to learn the piano because the stages were, the chords were the same. Mm-hmm. And so I learned all of that all the way through college, and then just put it down. I was like, okay, I'm done. Because I was becoming dangerously close to being the sideshow rather than being taken seriously because of it. Because then you don't want to be the guy, you don't want to pull out the guitar at the beach black guy. So many boxes to check. So many boxes, because it then becomes, hey, can you play for us? Hey, can you sing for us? Hey, can you dance for us? And then it becomes, dang, can't I just be? Let me just put everything down. So I literally put down everything. And then focused on sports, which was, hey, can you hit home runs for us? So, hey,
can you run the 9 route for us?
Bang 8, let's go. So it's but I was better and more complete for it. Mm-hmm. And I also learned that to not be afraid of things that were not considered naturally mine. So yeah, I haven't walked by an Epiphone guitar in decades without wanting to pick it up and play some Jimi Hendrix, right? Yeah. But to tell you that I have played more John Denver and Simon and Garfunkel than any black man on the planet.
Well, because Garfunkel's got the good white afro,
right?
So.
Like it was like, which is why I really know Country Roads, because we sang it a lot. Yeah. We played it a lot. And yeah, it is about Virginia, not about West Virginia. So there.
Fair enough. Point of the segment, be well-rounded.
Yes.
Read, learn about financial literacy,
yes.
Read some more, play an instrument,
yes.
And read. Whether it's a book, it's music, whatever it is. We will talk about sports here throughout the rest of the show. We'll Nebraska baseball and softball coming up next. And then text line 402-464-5685. Is there a country in the world that could beat Team USA at football? Team USA beat Pakistan in cricket. Is there a country in the world that's beating Team USA at football? We'll get into that and plenty more as we continue on the block. Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour, every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bach.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Hey kids, what are you getting your ever-loving dad for Father's Day?
I know, a motorized monster truck. How about the new Taylor Swift album? You would love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. How about something from Osted's Golf? Name brand apparel up to 50% off. Strixon balls at crazy deals. And Dad's always loving Osted's gift card.
You have been putting a lot of balls in the water.
Not after my custom fitting. I'm smashing everything.
You're good at that with a monster truck.
Stop Osted's Golf for Father's Day.
The Osted family would really appreciate it.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Austin Norman, DP with you here during On the Block, brought to you by Nebco. Do you also want to shout out Good Sense, right? It's Good Sense Friday. I've missed a couple of Good Sense sandwiches here in a row for various reasons. It was good to get it back today. My Penny Club hit just right. So thanks to Good Sense Pillar Restaurant Group for coming through for us every Friday.
And mainly because your teammates here at the Ticket always eat your sandwiches when you're not here.
And that's okay.
If you're not here right when they're delivered, it is. I now know. I've never seen hyenas and
just vultures, really.
Vultures just swoop in and make a thing disappear.
Mm-hmm.
But when that collection of food and beverage is set on the table back there, and they pick the carcass of hosts who didn't make it to the station that day.
And it's not one person or one group of people. It's whoever's around.
There's a gang. And there's a pecking order. Like they go through. Because I went back and I was like, unnamed host producer. And his sandwiches, like I came out here, he was eating. He's destroying it, right? Eating it really fast. And I kind of
know it's not me, by the way.
Right. And his name rhymes with 2:00. And but I go back to my office and I pass the sandwich table and there sitting there is his sandwich. And I'm like, wait. And then, so there was another host who does a morning show whose stuff was still back there, except he's never here in the afternoon. So his sandwich and his chips are fair game in the minds of the vultures.
Mm-hmm.
Except they do a thing now where if they don't, they've sampled everybody's sandwich to know who has similar taste.
Yeah.
Right? So if Austin's not here, he and I have similar taste, so I'll take his. Or if you're late, they will just reach in. It's sandwich, chips / cookie, beverage. They will go into your sandwich bag, leave the sandwich, and take the snack.
Yep.
And I was just like, y'all are cold-blooded, man.
Guilty.
Right, like cold-blooded. Like to watch and it's smooth. Like they circled the table looking at names. And it's like, oh, there it is. Y'all are wild, man. Y'all are wild.
Big shout out, Good Sense, for that. Johnny Mack in Lincoln says, "What's up? My son plays guitar. A huge John Denver fan. In fact, he played 2 of John Denver songs at my mom's memorial last month." Johnny Mack in Lincoln, you absolutely get it. 52-68, FSU leads UConn 24-1 in the 7th inning. This is a good launching point for a little discussion here at DP.
Uh-huh.
It's now 24-3 in Knowles over the Huskies, middle of the 8th, and it's Evansville leading Tennessee 2-1. Actually, first game of the Knoxville Super Regional. Nick and I were down in Stillwater. I know you were watching from a distance. When you look at Nebraska baseball, I mean, a 40-win season, you get, 34 in the regular season before 5 in the Big Ten tournament to win it, and then the one against Niagara. So 34-win, 19-loss regular season for Nebraska baseball. Best pitching in the Big Ten, above average offense for the Big Ten. You go to regionals, far and away the best pitching staff, but a good half a run below even the third worst offense in that regional. When you look at Nebraska baseball, is that a program that needs to improve the pitching first or the lineup first to be able to make more of a dent in the postseason?
Okay. Both.
Correct.
Both. Like, you can't separate the process for picking what a good baseball player for you is.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach, most coaches recruit, develop, and coach in their own style and makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So a Will Bolt team is going to be gritty.
It's supposed to be,
right? It's not going to be the biggest. It may not be. It'll be fast, but not. It'll be quick, but maybe not the fastest. It'll have some power and pop. It's a wonderful thing to be able to put runs on the board with one swing, but not necessarily the way that you process.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Choosing that personality, culture, those things are important. And so for Nebraska, I don't think Nebraska would say, and Nebraska baseball fans on the text line, you can tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, but to tell me that this is the level of success you want or expect from Nebraska baseball. And I think the answer across the board is this is a very good program. This is a very good program. This is a top 40 out of 361 D1 programs. It's top 40. It should be top 20, could be top 10. Like but people measure how they measure. And not everybody wants or works to be elite.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska fans deserve to have a baseball program that beats everybody it's supposed to beat, including your neighbors.
Especially your neighbors.
Right? I mean the whole neighborhood. I don't just mean like the dude who lives next to you. I'm talking about the dude who lives next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should out-recruit them. You should have better resources. You can't overnight change the stadium. They play in a better stadium. That's okay, fine. But that is a problem, because if you're recruiting in the state and they get to drive to Omaha and then drive to Lincoln and say, where would you rather spend the next 4.5 years of your career playing baseball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you're setting a standard from the get-go. Oh, by the way, what's your record against them over the last 4 years? Because that's the recruiting point. Then, from a development standpoint, what are you getting? Does Nebraska have players? Yes. Does it have enough? No.
Does anyone ever have enough?
No. There are folks that when you look at their lineup and their roster, you can see where they accounted for everything that you could ask for to win Power 5 baseball conference play. I'm friends with several head coaches around the country, one of them being Georgetown. Georgetown has, to tell you that they are working off 10% of the resources that Nebraska works is a statement of absolute truth. They don't have the recruiting. They don't have the facilities. They don't have the history and legacy. They don't have the players. But guess what they did? They won the same amount of games, and they went to Omaha and swept Creighton. They went to Ohio State, swept Ohio State, and won the same amount of games. So there's a way to get better. You don't have to rely on having the best. Let's say that you need to have 20 of the best 100 players in your conference for Nebraska. To be who they should be in the Big Ten, should have 20 of the best 100 players. In a perfect world, 20 of the best 50.
Yeah.
Or 15 of the best 50.
2 or 3 of the top 10.
Right.
Another 2 in the top 25, and then sprinkle it out from there.
Dudes.
Yeah.
Dudes. All Big Ten. How many Huskers were Big Ten this year?
You had Brett Sears as the pitcher of the year, and Josh Karen got snubbed.
Which tells you that 1.5 of the top 50, 40, not good enough. Not good enough. And I'll ask you this, Austin Orman. Does Nebraska produce enough baseball players, quality baseball players, that if kept in state would be the number 1 team in the Big Ten Conference every 4 years?
An unequivocal 3-letter answer, YES.
Right. So then it's just a matter of securing your boundaries, which they talked about in football, and then extending the boundary because of your success. So win at home in recruiting and development and in actual production, and then extend your boundaries because you're good enough. As a matter of fact, if they did that, then they would get the top players from Iowa, from Wisconsin. They would get the top players
Kansas,
from
Missouri,
Kansas, Michigan. Like, you would get the best players.
Minnesota has some talent,
right? So there's a way to have. Nebraska should have 3 of the best 7 starting pitchers
in the conference.
Yep.
That'd be ideal. I'm willing to give them 3 of the top 15.
Okay.
Just because there's 13 teams. Some teams are going to have a dude, and that might be all they have. But your rotation should be 1 through 4.
That if we fail under those numbers, we still win every series and we sweep half of them.
Yeah. Ideally, yeah. Mm-hmm.
From a hitting standpoint, from an offensive standpoint, you need 8 players. 8 players who are the best available. And I don't mean best available of the bunch. I mean through development, recruiting, transfer portal, or NIL.
However it looks.
You get 8. And let me, you're familiar with my math on this, and I'll go through it. And I just want to, again, having talked to several coaches across the country in this space, along with GMs, right? These baseball GMs, air quote, and how they're going to work going forward. So if Nebraska's not working from this, I'm a little concerned. But if I said to you, Nebraska NIL, $2 billion, does that seem reasonable? Is that high? Is that low? Could you go higher? Absolutely. Could you go lower? A little bit.
Probably shouldn't, but could.
But could. Let's just say, let's start at the bare minimum, $1 million for baseball.
Okay.
$1 million for baseball. Now, the 11.75, let's say 12 scholarships. Let's set them to the side. Absolutely set them to the side. The bottom 12 players for Nebraska baseball are local talents that require some development. So we need the best 12 players, and I would imagine the best 4 players from Nebraska high school that year.
And see, that's going to be tough because the Nebraska talent is good enough that you look at a guy like Tyson Lewis, you look at a guy like Alec Boehm back in the day, Drew Christo,
you can name, and you literally can name them.
And those guys,
but there's a room for them. There's another space for them.
But what are you asking? Because if you want the top 4 players in the class, 1 or 2 of them might bypass college entirely. So Nebraska's not just competing with the SEC; they're competing with the show.
I want to beat the SEC. Major League Baseball. Look, if they bypass us for Major League Baseball, we have a program that is a problem. You're going to win. Let's just say 5 starting pitchers. You could get the 5 best pitchers in the Big Ten Conference for $100,000 each a year. You're absolutely going to get them if it's $200,000. Some would come for 100, some for 2, but hey, let's just wiggle in
some
that.
Some for
room.
50, some for 150, right. Whatever it is.
Let's just say it's $1 million. We get our 5 starters and a closer. Remember, we've got scholarships at the end for our development mid-level guys, but hey, we'll talk about that later. Right? You're starting 8 daily players. 8. 100,000 each. Not $1 million.
Nope.
Not $1 million.
Nope.
100,000. So we're at 8. We're at 1.8 million with some room to wiggle. Remember, the bottom 12 players are scholarship players. Scholarship players. You could say scholarship plus 20,000. Right?
Guess what? 12 times 20? Get you 240, which gets you right there to $2 million.
Which gets you $2 million. Is there another program in the Big Ten Conference not named USC or Oregon who could match that?
My guess is that Indiana's had enough history it could if it wanted to. I don't think it would. Ohio State could, but probably won't.
It won't.
Minnesota's been down. Michigan's trying to find itself. Illinois and Purdue kind of popped up out of nowhere this year. Iowa intrigues me, but again, that's another program that I don't think would. Northwestern could, but won't.
So if it was said to Husker Nation that $2 million puts us in that space, how easily raised is that $2 million?
I would hope pretty simply.
Pretty easy, pretty simple. Right?
I would hope.
All right. That's what's required. That's the project. Remember, that's at 2. That's not even 3. That's not even 3.
No.
And everybody on the roster is taken care of and happy. And if you lose somebody, remember, you get somebody top end, so you get an ace.
Right.
Okay. Quarter mil? I think Sears would be in the game for $250,000.
I would think so.
Right?
I think
Matter
so.
of fact, if you wanted to get fancy with it, you could get 4 $250,000 guys instead of 5 $200,000 guys. 4 horses in the Big Ten wins the Big Ten running away.
Year after year.
Every year. And then those players, because they're good and have success, they move on. And the people below get to move up.
And the people below say, I want to be a part of that.
I want to be with them. Mm-hmm. But you know what, Austin? That's just me.
Let's go to break. Is it the same conversation or a different conversation for Husker softball? Are they closer to that? They got one of those players. Didn't see her much this year. She's back for next year. Same or different conversation for Husker softball. That's how we'll wrap up hour one of On the Block.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now they are offering huge, and I mean huge discounts at Koppel. Get over $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing on select Sierras or Silverados, plus Costco members receive another $1,000 off. Yes, that's happening right now in Louisville, $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing. You pick what works for you. Costco members, please contact us at the store or at KoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Tito's on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Play ball! Summertime is here, and so is another action-packed baseball season with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Bring your whole crew to Haymarket Park to experience the magic under the lights and the thrill of the game. Enjoy daily specials like Wiener Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, and Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts. Don't miss out on the excitement. Strike three, you're out! Visit saltdogs.com to see this week's promotions and secure your tickets to unleash the fun.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're wrapping up hour one of On the Block with the Bat Ball Sports. A couple other notes on baseball real quick. Will Walsh returns to Nebraska for his fifth year. He will be a pitcher only. Garrett Anglum moving on from baseball. Gabe Swanson decision to make, and then Bobby Olson and Brooks Kneifel are in the transfer portal. We turn our attention to Husker softball. Austin Norman, Derek Pearson with you here on the block.
Hey, can we, well, while we're there in that quick moment, we did have a visitor today at the ticket from Nebraska baseball.
We did. Our guy, specifically your guy. I just met him.
Well,
We got another one, though, DP.
Yeah, like a handshake deal. Imagine Kyle Perry on air every day.
Hello.
And he's a broadcast major.
It's true.
Like, he's been in this game. Yeah. Welcome to the squad, 1-9.
Stay tuned, as they would say in the business. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the squad, 1-9. He dropped off the jersey for us to put up. Hey, man. Again, the pioneers in this thing, this broadcast thing, with Nori, Chancellor Brewington, Megan Walker, Kenzie Roby, Nicklin Hames, who is now in Nicklin Hickman.
Right.
She got married this weekend. Congratulations to her and Chris Hickman. Kenzie Knuckles, who's expanded herself and is now a professional in women's pro volleyball. But those young people who understood this thing called sports radio and wanted to be a part of it. Well, Kyle's been talking about this since forever. And I told him, finish in good standing and you'd have a place. And he walked in today with the jersey and we pressed palm and said, you know what? You're home now. Time to be a pro. And imagine him on the baseball coverage. He was quite the basketball guy as well. So imagine our coverage just expanded. Our roster just expanded. Good on you, Kyle Perry. Good to have you home.
Can't wait.
Yep.
That's awesome. Real quick on softball, because it deserves a mention with the Women's College World Series wrapping up last night. Oklahoma, not just back-to-back, not just back-to-back-to-back, back-to-back to back-to-back. 4 in a row for the Sooners. Of course, DP, Nebraska poached a player that Oklahoma poached. Jordy Ball back on the roster. Does her presence, the fact that Nebraska already has 3 players in the transfer class from high major programs, does it change the conversation that we had about Nebraska baseball? Is it different for Nebraska softball? What's the next step for that program for next season?
Same resources, same resource pool. Intention is everything. And you can tell me that Jordy Ball didn't come here to just beat Nebraska.
No.
She came here to make it the best program in the country, best softball program in the country.
She knows what that looks like already.
Right? And she knows it needs help. It needs help. Now, Nebraska has the resources. Now you got to get to work. And is it possible? Remember those numbers for baseball? Cut those numbers in half for softball. And Nebraska's playing Oklahoma next year. Look at them dead square in the eye.
Sure.
That's the plan. That should be the plan.
Why would it not be the plan?
Because I'm not in charge.
Well, there is that. Unfortunate news for Husker softball. Ruby Malin, in-state product, was at Washington. She commits to Oklahoma State. So not the Sooners, but the Pokes get Ruby Malin.
Another arm.
There you go.
2 arms.
Changes everything.
1 arm is really good. 2 arms put you in the elite category. They stare the beast in the face. And it should be the way that Nebraska works, in that if you're facing Iowa, USC, Washington, Michigan, Ohio State, that you understand, you know what? I have to change my level. I have to change my level. If you do what you've always done, Nebraska fans, there's going to be some long winners. Just going to say, change it, fix it.
None of y'all want long winners.
Fix it.
I don't want long winners. I know for a fact that none of y'all do as well. Let's go to break here. Get to hour 2 of the show. Team USA beat Team Pakistan in cricket. Their national game, their national sport. Here's the question. Who's beating Team USA in football? We'll determine what Team USA looks like, how that operates, what that would look like, and who's putting together a roster. We'll get to that in hour 2 of On the Block.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you've been putting off your health, what are you waiting for? The summer 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is exactly what you need to kickstart your wellness. Farrell's gives you all the tools, coaching, support, and accountability you need to be successful. The 10-week challenge begins on June 8th, and monthly payments are now available. Head to fxblincoln.com for all the details. Stop taking your health for granted and get started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
That's a bad look for Mike Malone. When did the F-bombs just become an accepted part of our world where coaches just go to podiums and drop F-bombs? When did that start happening?
I think it was right after COVID. After COVID.
Damn COVID.
COVID-19.
Ruined our profanity, our properness in press conferences. Took everything away.
It was. It really was. We got that documented.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three. And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome in hour 2 of On the Block on a Friday. No Strick. Austin with you. DP filling in for Strick. Appreciate him being here. Appreciate NEBCO for sponsoring the show. NEBCO hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete. Apply today. Start your career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. NEBCO and Ready Mixed Concrete offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they'll pay for your CDL training. Visit nebcoinc.com or readymixedconcrete.com to learn more. Here's the question. Text line and comment section brought to you by Starter Heyman Jewelers. Our Allo viewers on Channel 961, you can get involved as well. Is there a country you think could assemble a team to beat Team USA in football? I'm not saying flag football. I'm saying honest to goodness, tackle, hit them, hand in the dirt football. DP, I bring you in because you have some experience with Team USA football.
I do.
Right?
I do.
So I feel like some people are going to get after us on the text line and say, what a ridiculous question. Football's America's game. But Team USA just beat Pakistan in cricket. I'm just saying there's always a chance.
Well, if you ask the text line in Pakistan, they would have said there's zero chance USA beats them in cricket. That's just the same responses. The nerve of you, sir. to just infer that USA could beat Pakistan in cricket. But a lot of that discussion, a lot of that thinking was in play with Team USA football. And so Team USA football's makeup is it's local. So Lincoln, Omaha,
Grand Island,
probably just those, probably the two. Like they would make, there's not enough population for it to be statewide. So it would be Nebraska, and then Nebraska would advance to the Midwest region. The Midwest region, the best of the Midwest region would advance to national tryouts. National tryouts, depending on the position. So imagine 12 quarterbacks meeting in Dallas, Texas to figure out at that age group who are the 3 quarterbacks who will represent Team USA versus the international teams. So all the regions play each other, and it's kind of a round robin, a football festival for a week, and the best players are chosen. And there are factions of the country where you get the best players.
I think we know those factions.
Right, you get the best players. So if you're in Texas, you're literally going to get 48 quarterbacks who come to Dallas with the attempt to be the best 12 to get to the best 12 in the country. Each weight class, each age group has its own. So athletes from all over the country. Being in 2 separate phases, I was in Virginia and in Houston.
Those are some pretty big hotbeds, I would think.
Yep. And the funny thing was that in Virginia, I was coaching the linemen. I was coaching offensive linemen, but in Houston, I was coaching receivers. So on the national level,
get you a man who can do it all.
Well, I mean, if you know football, you know football. But specialty wise, with receivers, I was better. And in Texas, you had some dudes. All of that was set up so that the national teams would play international teams from around the world. You would play Japan, China, Canada, Mexico, etc. And as it originally started, that arrogance that it's American football that you're playing. Literally, they called it American football. And Team USA was always better. Except these other countries began to take coaches and began to take notes and began to take film. And those players for them in those pockets were the guys. So they played all year round.
Like EuroLeague style practicing playing?
Yep. Like they got after it. And so what would happen is in the older groups, the teams got better. They got a lot better. And the older players for Team USA, the talent pool went down because the players were being acknowledged as elite players earlier. And if you've committed to play at Ohio State or Michigan, playing for Team USA isn't quite the same buzz. It doesn't really land the same way across the board. So you lost some of the best players. And I would tell you, Elite 11 quarterbacks, that for that age group, imagine that America's number 9 or 10 quarterback was going to lead Team USA into the international league. And there's some names now to tell you that in 2015, for the oldest Team USA team.
Okay, so just for this last year, just for reference, number 9 at the Elite 11 would be either DJ Lagaway, who's going to Florida, or Daniel Kalen.
So I would tell you that Kalen would be the guy because he's not the starter in his program. He's not the perceived starter in his program. So from an experience frame of mind, the value of him going to play with the best receivers and the best offensive line available in the country and leading a team is invaluable experience for him. So that makes sense. They would have invited Dylan, but probably wouldn't have been able to get Dylan. Kalen, because of Dylan, becomes a factor. And it was a whole bunch of those folks. It was Jameis Winston, who at the time in 2015 wasn't going to be the freshman starter at Florida State.
He was the closer.
Right.
Closer Jameis.
Right. Right.
Heisman Jameis.
Right. The hungry dude that stole wings. Stole
Crab legs.
Crab leg. But that's kind of what it is.
You threw out like what, Mac Jones and Kenny Pickett, I think, before.
That was a year where, 1 year we had the Griffin boys. Right? High quality, but they weren't national names until they developed in college and became national names. Guys like Ty Montgomery, Bryce Petty from Baylor, ran them 1 year.
You mentioned Gurley?
Yeah, Todd Gurley was a running back behind Jameis Winston at quarterback. So there's some talent if you get the best level of talent, but that's not what always happens at Team USA football.
So here's my question for you with that. Does Team USA football need a Team USA basketball style reckoning?
It really does. You need NFL guys running it rather than high school coaches who are looking to pad their resume to get better jobs or outsider Division III quarterback coaches who are trying to upgrade their resume. I did it because, one, we were following. So Barry Thompson was a quarterbacks coach, national quarterbacks coach, and he was also with Elite 11. I had the receivers. So I had the top receivers working with the top quarterbacks. So it made sense for us to go into a space with 108 receivers from around the country, take 2 hours, get them into the same verbiage, running the routes the same way, understanding the concepts.
Wait. You said 3 years to get them on the same page?
Which is also a pet peeve of mine. That when somebody tells me that it takes years to develop top level players. No, it doesn't. Like literally you would get, and you don't know what programs these kids come out of, right? I mean, if you're a ball of the top receiver in Idaho and you put him next to the top receiver from Florida, they're not the same.
Gatlin Bear is the exception that proves the rule.
Right. Like they're not the same. But you have 2 hours to get them under the same verbiage, same playbook, same understanding of route combinations, timing, all those things, because they're competing for their Team USA life in hour number 3. Right? Gotcha. And you get them for 3 days. Starts Friday night. Sunday afternoon is the final day. Sunday you meet. They fly home or drive home and do whatever they're going to do. They get an email or phone call Monday morning saying you're on to the next level or your journey with Team USA is done. Now, some of the coaches do what coaches do, which is they take people whose parents have enough money to help pay their way through it, and it makes sense. Except you're not always taking the best player.
But is that the coach thing to do or the business thing to do?
Well, it's all the same. In Team USA, unfortunately, it's all the same. It's not Team USA basketball where there's an overlord and overseer. And
that wasn't always there, right? That's what I'm saying with the reckoning.
Right.
Like,
and it's a shorter and it's a smaller window with Team USA basketball than it is Team USA football. At some point, they can get on the same page. But there are national Team USA teams who went, and so the big international week is in Dallas, Texas. It plays at Cowboy Stadium. So pretty cool. That's part of the carrot to get you to play Team USA is that you're going to play in the Cowboy Stadium. Like it's literally, you're in the locker room. It's you.
Maybe that's the reason Team USA isn't that great.
Yeah, I keep
Got
saying.
A little stench attached.
I keep saying it. Move
Sorry,
that thing.
Pete.
Move that thing. Well, Vegas is coming.
Hello.
So, but there are national Team USA teams who have lost to Canada, to Mexico, to Germany. They have. They have. As a matter of fact, when I was in Utah, Simple was talking about it. There's international talent agents who exist, and we had a lot of transfers. We had a lot of international students at my academy in Utah, and we had. I mean, listen, we had 3 dudes from Finland that were world-class shot putters at the age of 17, and they were massive monsters. Yeah. Them dudes are now they're now the pros over there.
Gotcha.
And Finland and Germany, like they have their own space. But that's how Honori gets over here. That's how that ends up happening. Because the talent, it's just like basketball, it's like baseball. The other countries are catching up in focus and in being true to the best players rather than, hey, how much money can I make by having this guy with the rich uncle on the Team USA team? He's not going to play, but he'll get a jersey.
Carry the roster
Right,
spot,
like,
carry
right,
the check,
right,
make sure it
you know,
clears,
it's not
all
there.
that.
But oops, then if you actually need that dude to play against the 280-pound Finland defensive tackle, and he's a 195-pound guard that you just put on the roster just because his daddy got money, well, guess what? He gets thrown out the club on a regular basis. And Jameis Winston is standing back there with his helmet in his hand, trying to figure out, how did I get here?
So let's do this exercise then. Let's say football comes to the Paris Olympics.
Yes.
Coming up in August, right?
Yes.
What is the talent level the Team USA could put together? Like, are they getting NFL guys? Are they getting the borderline draft guys from college? Like, you mentioned, Mac Jones and Kenny Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of those guys are starting in the NFL right now. Would they be viable options for this Team USA, or would you probably think Team USA would have to go with, emerging college guys a la early, Team USA basketball in the Olympics?
I'm going to send you the easiest name for recognition and talent level and probability. Adrian Martinez. If you're Adrian Martinez and you're all UFL, but you don't have an offer from an NFL team to come in and have a legitimate shot at winning the job, but you had the opportunity to be an Olympian and lead Team USA towards a gold medal push. Well, if you went out there and you had, I don't know, think about, I'm trying to think of who the receivers would be. I would have said Trey Palmer, but Trey Palmer is now out of that space. But Trey Palmer, when he was at Nebraska, would have been in the space. I'm not sure who the next or last receiver from Nebraska that would be in that space.
Billy? JD? Samori? No, Samori's an NFL guy, so that's
it would have been
window.
Dolman. It would have been JD. It would have been like
Stanley
Morgan. Absolutely. As a receiver and not as a special teams guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That you don't have to. But that's kind of the level. And
you got Hakeem Butler right now is the leader in yards.
Right.
Someone named Sal Cannella is the leader in receiving touchdowns.
Isn't that
no offense, Sal Cannella.
but that would be Team USA's problem. Is trying to figure out exactly what its level would be. You don't want an NFL veteran, right? You.
Sorry, Chad Henne.
Right.
Sorry, Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah. Like, although I have a sneaky suspicion that Blaine Gabbert would have snuck in.
What about old Larry Fitzgerald?
If Fitz wanted to do that, it would be exceptional because it's a great story.
Yeah.
But I think that's the right way to do that. That's a great right. Now, do you want 4 Larry Fitzgeralds?
Probably not.
Well, actually, you might.
Well, you might. The exception.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you might.
But if you get Larry with Stanley and a JD type,
right? That for Olympics, and again, we went through this with basketball. We went through this with basketball. We went through it with baseball, and baseball said, "Screw it, we're sending our best."
Eventually,
like right.
It took that reckoning again.
The stubbornness gets in the way. I'm just telling you that if in sports there is a lack of logic at the top, it's because of greed and you haven't identified what you're trying to do. I can't imagine that Lamar Jackson says, okay, I'm in. I'm going to run. I'll do this. I'll be the guy. I'll be the guy. Right?
What about Justin Fields?
Arch Manning. That's the vacuum that you're talking about. People that have talent, all the talent in the world, but they have some issue, something that they need to get off the resume. Adrian has to get his Nebraska pass off the resume.
Yeah.
Right? Look, when I'm not running 30 times a game, I'm a better than average passer. Hey man, I'm not gonna hurt your feelings late in the game. I promise I'll do the right thing. It's a little thing, but it's important. Those players exist. If we ask the question, if Adrian Martinez was a starting quarterback in the NFL next year, we would not be surprised now. Literally, we can see, that actually translates. Like that talent pool translates to pro ball against better players.
The vision is out there, not just in our minds now.
Carlos Davis, UFL perfect standard setter, because then if you get the horses, if Aaron Donald says, you know what, I'd love to be an Olympic gold medalist, come on down.
Calvin Johnson wants one more run at
3 more games? 3 more games?
That's it?
That's right. Hey, Kelsey. 3 more games, bro.
Shoot, bring Gronk out of retirement.
It depends on what you want to do with it, but listen, America would absolutely get behind that. That's probably what we should do for Monday, is come up with the perfect, hey, I just left the NFL, or I haven't gotten to the NFL Olympic football team. Because that Gronk is maybe number 1 on the board. Right? Because
he's got to be called number. Okay, we have to figure out. Here's the other thing we have to figure out, though, DP.
Who's going to coach?
Well, who's going to coach? But also, who is USA's football's Jerry Colangelo?
You know who's going to coach? Saban's going to coach. Saban's going to coach.
Saban or Urban?
Do we want Urban to coach?
I'm just asking. I'm just throwing it out there.
Because he'll go
Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen what's off the ESPN desk. It's Dan Mullen, DP. It is Dan Mullen.
Look, Urban will make TMZ in Paris. We don't.
What about like Hugh Jackson?
I would say, you know what? From the text line, they said Tom Brady, but I think Tom Brady as the coach.
At least QB's coach.
Tom Brady can coach.
But like you said, you don't want like the best of all time doing that.
Well, I want him to, but this is a great story that Coach Brady has way more interest to me. Although if Brady said, go gold medal, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Come on,
not at
Austin.
All.
Look,
I'm with you.
Let's be honest. If Brady says, because then it really is Fitz, Gronk, GOAT.
What if Eli? Eli or Big Ben?
No, I'd be afraid. Now, if you told me that Brady and Peyton want to come out there and make throws, all in.
Yeah.
Whatever messy thing you want to put in, but it's still good enough. Because you have to draw interest for it, and you have to do that. But yeah, if Brady's in Team USA in any way, shape, or form, I'm in.
Well, the Brady and Gronk reunion in this case.
Perfect.
Does Hoodie want, he's got to get the embarrassment of not getting a job this offseason off the resume? Is Hoodie in?
But
is he DC?
Then you're giving me too much good. Then I'm like a child at Christmas. Hoodie's gonna run Team USA. Brady's gonna come back and make throws with Gronk. Come on, you're giving me too much. Now, it's the perfect thing to the Olympics. The Olympics, this would be the greatest walkout into an arena ever. Like the group for opening ceremony with Brady and Gronk. Just come on.
Dom Capers, DC.
I'm in. I'm in. But I think it would almost be Hoodie as the head, Saban as the defensive coordinator, Urban as the offensive coordinator.
Sure.
Then let's just party. Let's just, at that point, we really are the dream team. And of course, you could say, put a football dream team together for Paris. Put up.
Let's do the dream team next segment, and then the fringes on Monday. How about that?
Yep. So yes. So dream team but I'm gonna set that it's Hoodie, Urban,
Saban as coaches,
and then we'll figure out who from the NFL or from college, if there's somebody from college. But you have to have a Christian Leitner.
I don't know if there is right now.
Right.
It would have been Caleb.
Well, there weren't then, right?
Right.
There wasn't then that Christian Leitner and Rebecca Lobo. Somehow we have to be smart enough to learn not to repeat those mistakes.
We're putting together our Team USA dream team.
Yes.
Team USA football for Paris. Come back. Give us your team next.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
If you've been putting off your health, what are you waiting for? The summer 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is exactly what you need to kickstart your wellness. Farrell's gives you all the tools, coaching, support, and accountability you need to be successful. The 10-week challenge begins on June 8th, and monthly payments are now available. Head to fxblincoln.com for all the details. Stop taking your health for granted and get started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about versatility today. Unlike flowers that wither and die or chocolates that disappear in a heartbeat, jewelry is the solid move here, guys. Yes, she will cherish it, but more important than anything, she will brag about it and brag about you. And that's what it's all about. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on the block. DP and Austin will be here for another half an hour or so. Stricky rolled in.
Yeah.
Like I said on the happy hour, he was feeling it yesterday. He's feeling it again today. We'll let him get rested here before we bring him in. But what we're doing, the Team USA football Paris Dream Team. DP, we're going to do this draft style.
Mm-hmm.
So once a guy's off the board, the other one can't take him.
Okay.
I'll give you your first pick for the Team USA Dream Team Paris football draft.
In a perfect world.
And this is full on 11 on 11 tackle.
Wow. Let me do a thing first because I have to change my head. The first pick. Wow, bro. For America. Pat Mahomes.
That gives me Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Take Lamar as my QB. We'll do the snake style, so I'll go next with backup quarterback.
Okay.
I'm going to switch it up, though, a little bit, and I'm going to go Joe Burrow. I'm going to have two different styles of quarterback on my roster. I like Lamar as the starter, the versatility, the run game, the pass game. But when I think big moments, I kind of think Joe Burrow. I think he would be a nice kind of middle ground on this stage. So Lamar and Joe Burrow, my QBs.
If you're going to take Burrow, I'm going to resist the urge to take the layup, which would be, part of me, I need to make America happy.
Hence Joe Burrow for me.
I have to make America happy. So, oh boy, I have to take Josh Allen because he makes America happy, not because I'm not counting on him to play with Pat. If I need for him, it's just, Pat takes a ding and I need Josh Allen to come out and throw 2 bombs and then go sit down again. So, yeah, that's the space.
Okay, let's go to running back. You get first pick on running backs here.
The difficulty of running back is value.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that Christian McCaffrey for America.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me.
McCaffrey for America, he's gonna make people happy. He'll look good in the stars and bars. He'll run the flag out and flex. I'm good with that.
That leaves me Saquon Barkley as running back number 1. I like Saquon. I know what he looks like in red, white, and blue, even though he's not donning those colors anymore. And then I think I just want a steady kind of workhorse, dependable guy. I'm between two names here. You can tell me if I'm crazy with these. I'm between Josh Jacobs and Alvin Kamara.
I was going in a different direction.
Actually, I go third direction. Give me Jonathan Taylor. JT's my guy.
Jonathan
Taylor.
I'm going to lean a little, and I'm going to go, because I need the steady Eddie, Derrick Henry. I want to punish every country in the world. I'm just going to punish you. Here, take your 205-pound outside linebacker. Let me introduce you to Derrick Henry.
All 6'4", 6'2", 240 pounds of him.
Eat it. Eat it.
All right.
Eat it, Canada. Eat it.
All right. Your receivers, DP. We'll give 3 receivers here. How about that?
I'm going to start at the top because they just gave him money, Mr. Jefferson. If it's a Team USA, you got to have a Jefferson on it.
Fair enough. I will take Tyreek Hill. I like that game-changing speed. And then I need a little bit of a bigger body. So go ahead and give me DK Metcalf as wide receiver number 2, physical freak with some skill. So Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, my first 2 of 3 receiver picks. 2 receivers to you, DP.
I'm not even mad at that. I'm going to go. Well, it is Team USA. So I was going to go Brown, but because it's Team America and he's a little too much, I need a burner to match up. So I'm going to go with now from the Houston Texans, Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
I'm going Diggsy. Then if I get to back them up, because I get to go back to back, right? I get to back to back. I'm going to go to the nation's capital because I need a steady, smooth finisher, route runner, first down chain mover. You can count on him. Give me Terry McLaurin.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not shocked that's the direction you went. I'm in a couple different places here with my final wide receiver pick. Big Michael Pittman Jr. guy. I don't have that big steady, move the chains guy. There. I'm also in Cooper Kupp headspace. Devontae Adams is still on the board. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith still on the board. Jamar Chase still on the board. There's a lot of different ways to go here. The more I think about it, the more I think I need Jamar Chase. I don't know how I could possibly pass that up. So Jamar Chase will do that for me. And since it's back to me for tight ends.
Jerk. Well, you can just say who 1 and 2 are because they are.
Well, it's Kelsey and Kittle.
Yeah,
that's
they are.
The competition there.
Yeah, they are.
No, Lance, I'm not going to mention CD Lamb because like you talked about with
the
Cowboys last segment, I don't want that stench.
No.
Not happening.
No.
Worthy honorable mention. I'd throw maybe Mari Cooper in that next group of wide receivers as well. Probably more attainable target Amari Cooper than some of the guys we're mentioning. But again, this is all dream team.
Yeah, I mean, you need a backup. And I don't know that that's a dance you really want to do. Because you're not gonna change. A part of me wants to take a sledgehammer at tight end as a backup since I've got my receiver, my defense buster.
So I'll take Kelsey, I'll take Kittle, and then go from there.
Right. I was really tempted for a second to go off the chart and take somebody from another position to play tight end because I've seen him play tight end. And he can play on both sides.
If you're not going to pick him, please at least tell us who it is.
I would.
LeBron James. No.
Let me. Man, this tight end thing is just gonna lean on me a little bit.
Good. You like it that way?
Yeah. So, in high school in Virginia, coaching in Virginia, I saw the best high school football player I had seen, and he played on both sides of the ball, and he was the all-state, all-Met tight end. So he was the best tight end in Washington, D.C. and Virginia combined. But he also happened to be an All-American defensive end. Jonathan Allen was just insane. He was a matchup problem. And in this space, I could use him on both sides of the ball.
Right.
Like he's the only one so far that could play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, no Jabril Peppers. Yeah, no Sione Vaki off the board. No Eric Weddle. Did you get Eric Weddle out of retirement to play Team USA football?
So much. Can I tell you, I love him so much.
I can't believe Jay was so down on Eric Weddle when we had that College Football Hall of Fame discussion.
I love him so much. He was a coach. He would coach the media at practice and explain what was going on. Like even in the drills, watch this balance. I need to take this away from him. So my process, hey DP, watch this. I'm going to take away inside leverage, force him in there, use the offhand as balance, and I'll get the hand in there to make the stick. And he'd go in and do exactly what he said. You just went, yep, love you all the way. All the way. Appreciate you. So, all right.
Tight end 2. I'm holding you to it. You got to get one.
Oh, I have to have a tight end, don't I?
You need a second one. Because here's the thing. You got Derrick Henry, right? You can run out of 11, but I know you're going 12 personnel sometimes, DP.
So I think he's one of the most underrated players in the NFL. When healthy, Mark Andrews is in the 3 conversation with Kelsey and Mr.
Kittle.
49er.
Mm-hmm.
So the third best tight end in football is Andrews. So that's where I am with that.
I like it. which leaves me a few options. In my head, first went to Dalton Kincaid or Dalton Schultz, potentially. TJ Hawkinson is named very high on my list. But this is where I think I'm going to take a flyer on a younger guy.
Okay.
Husker fans are going to hate me. That might be the giveaway.
Uh-oh. He's going to the enemy.
Sam Laporta.
Yep.
Sam Laporta is my tight end too.
Going to the enemy. Can't help it. I understand it though. I understand it. That's fine. If you had, we can do the draft, the DraftKings thing and go pick you utility guy that can play anywhere.
Yeah.
Any of those skill positions.
Who you got?
I'm gonna take Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
I'm going to take Hurts because in international play, I have a feeling that the run-pass combo thing is a great tool to have. So that's where I would go with that.
In that same vein, Keenan Allen.
Yep.
You got McCaffrey out of the backfield as the, versatile piece that can line up in the slot. I don't know if Allen's lining up in the slot as much for me, but that's a do-it-all.
Yep.
Out of the backfield.
That's
there.
a good one.
So Allen is going to be my flex pick.
Team USA is balling.
Straight up. Straight up. You did mention that the head coach is Hoodie.
Uh-huh.
And then Urban and Saban as offensive and defensive coordinators, respectively. Do you have any position coaches in mind?
I need the Dolphins head coach as a coordinator just for the sideline dances. No other reason. The weird quotes, we need him. Who was the really weird Nebraska assistant a few years ago that would always say weird things?
Diaco?
Yeah, so he would be our Diaco. That's what he would be. Just out there claiming his blackness while sunburned and hip hop rapping Brother Lightskin.
Okay. Fair. All on the table. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's a thing. And then my favorite assistant coach in history, in recent history, is Pep Hamilton. Hamilton. Yep. Pep as the quarterback whisperer gives me all the feels and hopes. So that's where I would kind of go.
Very nice. Lance says Bill Callahan as the offensive line coach.
I don't want Callahan near Team USA. He will cost them 13 points a game. I don't want him.
That's your man, DP.
Listen, if he walked by the studio right now, I would not invite him in. I will invite every athlete you could possibly. I'll do a
Drew
whole
Pearson.
I will do absolutely.
Troy Aikman.
Yes. I will listen. I could do a whole show of the list of sports people that if they walk by the studio right now, I would tell them no.
Can we make that our crossover? Because I know I have that list, and I know Strick has that list.
Yes.
We're up against it. That's going to be our crossover.
Yes.
What sport athletes are not allowed in 93.7 The
Not
Ticket?
allowed.
Give us yours, 402-464-5685. We'll hit them after break.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through June 9th, they have 2 special deals for ticket listeners only. Enjoy a limited time USDA choice beef hanging tender steak that's soft and tender, but loaded with flavor. Also, for ticket listeners only, get extra meaty loin back pork ribs for only $2.99 per pound. Mention the ticket prior to checkout for discounts. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
If you've been putting off your health, what are you waiting for? The summer 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is exactly what you need to kickstart your wellness. Farrell's gives you all the tools, coaching, support, and accountability you need to be successful. The 10-week challenge begins on June 8th, and monthly payments are now available. Head to fxblincoln.com for all the details. Stop taking your health for granted and get started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Be a memory for your grandchildren. Among Nebraska adults age 65 or older, 47% report current alcohol use. Drinking too much can cause harm to children, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, you will still be around for your grandchildren. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Mail Plus and Hangers Cleaners in Lincoln are proud of our U.S. men and women in uniform. We thank you and your families for the sacrifices you've made to defend our freedom and freedom worldwide. We pray for your safety in war and your safe return, and we honor those who've given their lives fighting terrorism. This from Mail Plus and Hangers Cleaners on South Street. Proud to be part of the Lincoln community. Like them on Facebook and visit mailplushangers.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back one final time here during On the Block. Austin Norman, DP with you. And he's here. I told you he'd be here. Stricky, baby.
What's
Welcome
up?
up.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Probably better than you. You look like you're feeling it, my friend.
Wore out, my boy. Yeah, I mean, look, hand claps and kudos for the golfers that have to do it 4 days straight, walking, then being focused, and then trying to go low, and then you have to hit targets all day. You don't realize how draining it is. Like, you know, people say they're not athletes. Kiss my tail on that one. They're athletes. You got to be, because it's heavy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Golf went well though?
It was good, man. You know, everybody contributed. We were close, and we just missed the putt to go 18 under. And
who?
I mean, we all did. I mean, we all get the putt at it.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
but we all kind of were just around it. Well, two of them were like
lipped
but we ended up pretty good. I mean, just don't know who's gonna go low and who's gonna cheat. You got all those factors going in it, so
I said it during the break. He goes, 15 on. I'm like, yeah, but other people are not counting. So
yeah, so you got that part.
That's going to be a number when you get done.
That's funny. DP, we said we were going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
The athletes that are not allowed in the studio. So Strick, think about that while DP goes.
The athletes not allowed in the studio.
That if someone walked by in front of that window and you saw them, they're the athletes you dap up and say, "Hey, come on in, let's chat." They're athletes that you wouldn't acknowledge, or you would go lock the door to not let in. Okay. Who are those athletes you don't want? We'll let DP go first, since that's his idea.
Well, the first one was Bill Callahan, because
is he an athlete?
Coach.
Well, sports adjacent.
Oh,
coach,
anybody?
Yeah.
Okay,
coach, right? And it was. I've heard him say too many awful things about people, mainly good people. Like, there's certain people in sports who want to be the villain because they want to be the villain. They just like being the villain. Like Bill Callahan. Listen, you chased everybody out of Houston. Everybody. There's some good people in Houston. And he was like, I have the best receiver in football. How quickly can I get rid of him? Which
crazy.
I was just like, no, I'm not. That's not for me. Like, that's just not for me. This will upset some folks, but it appears that several of these people are Boston affiliated. Because Kurt Schilling is the kind of guy that would throw at the guy laying on the ground that he just beamed.
That's crazy.
Like,
sure,
you're a villain. Like, you're a super villain.
Yeah.
You would think that there are a lot of Dallas Cowboys on this list. Not really. I have a pro wrestlers heel versus face opinion when it comes to Dallas. Yes, they are the evil empire, but them as people, I don't particularly disdain them. I don't have the, you're an awful human being. No, you just play for the Cowboys. Like, that's a statement in itself. So there's that. A lot of it's coaches, man. Like, it just, like, there is there's a coach in the Big Ten Conference who has longevity, who people respect, but I have a true disdain for what he's done with football, college football. He has been terrible to offensive football in college, and I blame that man, that nameless head coach of the Dark Vader University that we're neighbors with.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going.
He's an evil human being, and I don't like to hand out this kind of venom. But if it's Black Friday and they walk by the window and we're in pregame, I'm not inviting him on air. That's how little respect. Like, listen, bro, keep it moving. I hope you take a loss by 50.
Wow.
Stricky, anyone come to mind for you?
I would probably say one would be like Antonio Brown right now. You don't know what's gonna transpire in that conversation. He's wilding, and I'm just not interested probably in anything he'd probably have to say at this point. I don't have nothing, nothing real negative about him,
but we do want to see that confrontation. Like, I do.
Of course you would.
Yeah, like, I would buy you drinks. I'm like, Strick, what are you having, man? What are you?
Strick's having usual from the mill. He needs something right now.
I need the mill.
Oh.
Come to the mill.
Right.
Yeah, get you right.
Right.
I would probably say, and this may be unusual, maybe you may not think of this one, but I'd probably say like Scottie Pippen. And a lot of it would have to do with what he has tried to do to MJ. MJ hasn't, he's been just chilling. He's doing his thing. He's in his own silo and his own piece. And for you to try to clout on somebody that really helped to elevate you into a sphere. I saw I think I saw a Twitter post, and it was, I can't remember who else it was in comparison with. I don't know if it was LeBron, but what it was talking about was winning championships with someone. It was like a combination of it. I don't know if it was Kobe. It was like, it was showing multiple guys that were able to win championships without their ace boom cooms. Obviously, Kobe was able to do it without Shaq. There was a couple of other ones. And what they ended up doing, it was like Dirk, I think, and it was a couple of them. And then they said Scottie Pippen without Michael. And listen, Scottie played with some legends. I mean, there were some original big threes and some things that Scottie was able to play with and wasn't able to do it. And yet you still would come at him that way. I would be a little bit disappointed, and I don't think I could probably, talk to him about it.
Let's pause 10 quick seconds for station identification here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It'd be like me having something negative to say about Don Nelson, who really saw something in me and put me on. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be like me going and saying Don Nelson was garbage. He was probably the worst coach I ever seen in my life.
And you would have, that's the thing. There are coaches who undervalued you before you got to the league, but you would still like to have those conversations with them.
Yeah.
Right? There are people that I disagree with. Yeah. That I would still love to pick their brain and have the conversation with them because there's some level of respect to feel that sort of thing. But there are people that are just malicious. And I'm just like, okay. You don't deserve to be heard.
Yeah.
Austin, who you got?
I break it down in a few different ways. I'm going to go by team here. So the Nebraska version of this includes Jordan Bohannon and Brad Davison.
Okay.
It also includes former Huskers Terrence Nunn and LaKeven Smith for costing Nebraska games back in the day. I have not forgiven them. I will never forgive them.
He's still
grudging. Against Texas and against Texas Tech.
Still grudging.
I remember. The Duke fan in me would not invite Tyler Hansbrough into the space.
Fair.
Psycho T, no, absolutely
fair.
No. The other Huskers one is going to be Monty Ball for what he did. That was unholy. He can be a good dude, but nah.
He sends Nebraska fans into some feelings.
Well, enlighten me. Tell me.
He ran for 408 on Nebraska.
Oh, you're talking about as a competition. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
He did go buck wild. I do remember that. Okay. I wanted to make sure my mind was tying the story. Okay.
The Colts fan in me, no Tom Brady, because I would embarrass myself with Peyton slander. Or Tom slander and Peyton's greatness, praising him.
So what's it like being the number 2 quarterback
of all time? Quote, me to Tom Brady. I am not inviting Sean Payton for that malicious onside kick at halftime.
Jerk.
Yep, uncalled for and rude.
But
then the Royals fan in me goes to the entire 2015 Toronto Blue Jays roster.
None of them get work.
And Rugnet Odor. That's what I got.
See,
Brett Laurie.
Who's the umpire? The umpire that cost them.
Dankinger?
Yeah.
No, he won it for the Royals.
Yeah.
It cost the Cards fans. So Don Dankinger and I can be pals. I'm with Don. I'm with him.
See, I would love to have those people on just to be a jerk to them. Like, hey, Tom, no, seriously, man. What's it like to have to cheat to win?
Oh, it's Melvin Gordon, not Monty Ball. My bad. Thanks, Jake. That's what I meant. Yeah.
But you'd ask.
Damn, 400 yards.
408. But it's lost to history because the next week, Samaje Perine went for 409 on Kansas.
But not on Nebraska.
Not on Nebraska.
Sheesh.
That we once did a
400
list.
yards to himself. It was like 700, I think, if I remember correctly.
Total. Yeah.
Boy,
What's that?
Did that defensive coordinator get fired? Like, he should have been fired like that night.
I think it was Papuchas who was around at that point.
What would equate to that in basketball? 408
it's
running.
either, I can't remember. I think it might be Cleveland.
Isn't that the Kobe 81?
That was where my head went.
Like the Kobe 81 would.
Well, no.
What I'm talking about the team.
What it is
for
the,
me, it's
the
the
Pacers
team.
shooting 70% against the Knicks in the first half.
That's crazy. But for me, it's the team, and I can't remember. My mind, please forgive me, because my mind is literally.
You have hot brain today. You have hot brain today, man.
But you guys would know because you guys are very smart. But it's the team, and I think it might have been Cleveland or. Dang it, who was it? They started off the season, I think, only winning like a total, like about, I don't know, like 10 games.
Are you thinking like the Charlotte Bobcats?
Is that who it was?
They had the 7-59 record in the lockout year.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's
pretty bad.
The 03 Tigers.
I was miserable playing on the team with the Mavs when we were with Jason and Jimmy and Jamal, and I'm looking at that talent and I'm like, bro, how are we losing these games? And then you're all happy about it. Like, you're like, what are we doing? Like, where are we going?
Mine
like
close to that would be the Orioles team that lost like its first 20.
Oh gosh.
First 21 games.
Yeah.
Like, it started the season. You left training camp and decided not to win no games.
The 88 Orioles losing 21 straight.
21.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I was miserable losing 10 straight or 8 or 9 straight with the Huskers.
But was it still better in Vancouver?
You see, I gave away my jersey. That was so miserable.
There are not many things that give me the joy of watching Strick just simply let Vancouver have it. What made that so bad?
It was just a losing culture. It was just a losing culture mentality. The coach, and look, that's one person I probably wouldn't even talk to right now, Sidney Lowe. And I really don't have no.
And
beef with
Sid was a decent guy.
He's a decent guy, but
terrible coach.
God.
Yeah, there are a lot of coaches who are nice guys who just were in over their heads.
DP, thanks for sitting in with me. Appreciate it.
No, man, gotta give my guys a little bit of a breather, you know.
Shout out real quick, Jake Sorensen update. We won by 2 strokes.
Look at it happen. Look at it happen.
Oh, team ticket.
Look at it
happen. Look at it happen. Jake Sorensen, of course.
Stricky, job well done.
Well, we got it done.
Shouts.
We got it done.
Nice work. Appreciate DP sitting in. It's been a blast here during On the Block. Don't go anywhere. Old School coming up next from 4 to 6. Want to shout out Nebco for sponsoring On the Block. Sartor Heyman text line, Sartor Heyman video streams as well. Allo for channel 961. And of course, it's Friday. Good Sense Friday. Check them out if you don't have dinner plans. Would really appreciate you telling them the ticket sent you. Don't go anywhere. Old School comes up next.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and right now they are offering huge, and I mean huge discounts at Coppell. Get over $9,000 off list price